This is this is by a Chinook Salter. Everywhere is the green of new growth, the amazing sight of the renewal of the earth. We watch the grass once again emerging from the ground. We notice the bright green atop the dark green on the pine, the fir, the hemlock, the spruce, the cedar. The locust is late as always. Everywhere and always the song of birds, bees raiding the orchard, raccoon prowling at night, the earthworm tunneling the garden, chickens and rabbits pecking and nibbling, the goats tugging to reach new delights. All are the ubiquitous energies of life. O universe, may we today be touched by grace, fascinated and moved by this, your creation, energized by the power of new growth at work in your world. May we move beyond viewing this life only through a frame, but touch it and be touched by it. Know it and be known by it. Love it and be loved by it. May our bodies, our minds, our spirits learn a new rhythm paced by the rhythmic pulse of the whole created order. May spring come to us, be in us, and recreate life in us. May we forge a new friendship with the natural world and discover a new affinity with beauty, with life, and with the cosmic universe, in whom all things were created in heaven and on earth, visible or invisible, whether thrones or dominions, or principalities or authorities. For all things were created through it and for it. In its name, amen.
Thank you, Allison. So today it gives me great pleasure to introduce and reintroduce Reverend Donna Smith, who again came over from Roseburg, Sutherland area this morning, and she's got a great message for you today. As you can see, it's titled Resistance to the River of Life. Did I spell it right? Yes. To the River of Live? Oh, okay. Well, it's a typo. We'll get it changed next time. So please welcome Donna Smith.
I'm supposed to kiss this. Go forth. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Well, we did not see the elk this morning. They're very smart, you know. They go in out of the rain. So maybe on the way back. Good morning. It's really good to see your beautiful faces. It's good to be back here, even though it's raining. We love it. Laura and I are going to go north for a few days to Glen Eden, so we're going to enjoy the ocean for a while. Yeah, so. Well, our theme this month is resistance. However, I would like us to take a look at the other side, non-resistance. You know, I'm always doing things differently, aren't I? Now, I do believe that there are times when resistance is beneficial or even necessary. I know in exercise, you know, resistance training builds your muscles. I think that's very beneficial. But sometimes there's also, it's necessary to protect ourselves or others. And the reason that this happens is because the consciousness level right now is it still believes in competition, so many of us. And so as long as we have that consciousness level, then probably resistance is necessary in order to protect ourselves. So I do understand that resistance is necessary. However, I would like to encourage us to move to the other side, to the non-resistance side. And that is the side of compassion and understanding and cooperation. And this is what the world needs right now. That's really what we need right now. And if we continue to operate under the guise of competition, we're going to stay in this consciousness level where we are always going to need protection, and we have to watch out, for ourselves and others. So I would like for us to look at the other side. So Today, let's look at each other's lives in a way that encourages non-resistance. Now, I want us to look at our lives as a river, okay? And I want you to look at yourself as on this river, you have a canoe. You're in this canoe on the river of life. And you've got all of your equipment. You've got your oars, you've got your moleskin on your hands, and you're just going along this river in your beautiful canoe. Now today I'm going to share with you Abraham's teachings on this, the river of life. And I think you probably know Abraham. He channels through Esther Hicks some wonderful teachings. Now, just like a river, life flows in one direction. Always, always toward evolution and creation. We are creators in this river of life. We create our life with every choice we make, and we make choices every moment of our lives. So all of the possibilities that we can ever choose, and they are unlimited, are in this river of life. However, it seems that we have been taught that you really have to work really hard to be somebody, or to be somebody the way that others want you to be. And so many strive to be something that they're not, that they are naturally turning that canoe and going upstream, and they're struggling and struggling and going against the current. And why? Because we're trying to be what somebody else wants us to be. Or we're trying so hard to achieve something that we think that if it's easy, then it's not worth it. That's what we've been taught. So what this means in the river of life is that it forces you to turn that canoe and go upstream. Now, the metaphor for trying very hard to reach a personal goal or trying to be what someone else wants you to be is that struggle going upstream. So when you turn your canoe and go upstream, you're going against the natural flow of life. If you are striving to go upstream, you tend to get stuck in one part of the stream. And when you do that, because you're struggling so hard and the current is this way and you kind of get stuck, you're going nowhere, all of those possibilities that are there for you are passing you by. And another thing is, as you're trying to go upstream, you're trying to go towards something that's already gone. It's already gone, and yet we tend to want to go up there and work hard and get there. You know that saying, when one door closes, another one opens? And sometimes we want that door to open that closed, don't we? And we're going to get that door open because we are determined. But you're going against the flow of life. The door closed for a reason. So, what if, in truth, there's no lack? What if the universe is a benevolent universe, waiting to shower you with unlimited blessings? Instead of a universe that insists that you work hard and earn everything that you get in life, that every penny you make has your sweat and your toil etched in it. What if the universe loves you just the way you are? You don't have to be anybody else for anybody else. You just have to be who you are. And you can stop struggling to be somebody else. Now, we as souls have freely chosen to come to earth to learn certain lessons, and we do that through experience. So when we are in the consciousness of competition, fighting to get what we want, our canoes are pointed upstream. And our lessons tend to be very hard. I call it the divine 2x4. And I used to get those divine 2x4s over the head quite regularly. Until one day I said, wow, this really hurts. There must be a better way. And there is a better way. There definitely is a better way. And you know, since that time I've took up meditation, studying, and in my life today, I just don't get those divine 2x4s anymore because they're not necessary. And so this is the better way. It is the way of to stop resisting and to allow life. That is the better way. And I did learn it the hard way. So if you're experiencing divine 2x4s, think about that. Think about that. As Abraham says, nothing you want is upstream. And he encourages you to turn your canoe and go downstream to all those possibilities that are available as part of the creative flow of your life. And they are unlimited. And I love that analogy. I love analogies because those pictures in your mind help you. And so whenever you're trying to do something and it's a struggle, think about that. Are you going upstream? Really? We have this thought that it can't be worth anything if it's easy. But I'd like for you to think the opposite. If it's easy, it's really worth something. Just think about that. Because struggle is not necessary. It is just not necessary. Because when you're moving with that river of life, you are moving with your passion. And that is the path of non-resistance. Because when you are enjoying your passion, you could work all night, but it's not work. It's joy, because you're with your passion. I used to do that. I used to draw for like 6-7 hours, and all of a sudden I realized, oh, I'm hungry. Totally forgot to eat and everything because I loved doing it. We were not born to struggle, but to dream and imagine and create and then move toward those manifestations and those desires. Michael Beckwith said, a dream is powerful. Even if a particular aspect of the dream doesn't manifest, the dream itself carries a frequency of possibility. So when you begin to hang out in the quantum field of infinite possibilities, which I'm calling the river of life, things begin to change on your behalf because you're lifting your frequency into a whole other realm of possibilities. Unlimited possibilities. Can we even wrap our mind around that? So what is interesting is the river of life is so powerful that even if you're sitting in your canoe and you are faced upstream, that powerful river is still moving you downstream. That's the power of it. But because you're facing upstream, the river of life is still, taking you towards these possibilities. You go right by them because you don't see them. You're so busy looking upstream. And because you're not a vibrational match. Now, we often find it easier to adapt to the ideas of what others think is best for us, rather than to figure it out ourselves. The pressures from others. And when we do this, or we do it to others, we have unwittingly relinquished our most basic foundation, our total and absolute freedom to create. No one else can create in your experience, and you cannot create in someone else's experience. And the discord from us trying to do this will keep us from that manifestation and will keep us pointed upstream. So how can we turn our canoe around? We must unlearn everything we've been taught. That we must work hard, to get what we want. When you are living your passion, it is not work, it is joy, as I said. In fact, in A Course in Miracles, it says that we have to unlearn everything that we've learned because we have learned it from a foundation of fear and not love. Now, that's a big task. But know that we must stay aligned with source energy, which means that we must let go of such thoughts as, I want it, but I don't have it. I want it, but I can't have it. I want it, but I'm too old and I'm not smart enough. I want it, but I don't deserve it. I want it, but I'm not worthy. Let go of all of those thoughts now. You are worthy. You can't be unworthy, no matter what you think, say, and do. You are a divine being and worthy by birthright. There's enough for everyone to have everything. We kind of have a distribution problem right now in the world, but there truly is enough for everybody. And you are smart. And age doesn't matter. Age is just a number, and mine is unlisted. So I suggest that you enlist yours. You feel a lot better, let me tell you. So how do we get to be a vibrational match with Source? We must be very aware of our emotions. Emotions are very powerful, and they tell you if you are aligned with Source energy or not. Abraham teaches that if you are not feeling joy and peace, as you would if you were aligned with your Source energy, then reach for a feeling that brings you some relief. So if you are turned upstream, struggling and feeling fear and depression, maybe despair and powerlessness, then a slight turn of your canoe toward downstream may help you feel a little better. Perhaps you move from depression into insecurity, guilt, and unworthiness. Okay? You stay there for a while maybe, and then you decide to turn it a little bit more for some relief, and you might feel jealousy. And here is the way that Abraham lines out these emotions, the way it can go. Okay, here you're at jealousy. You don't want to be there anymore, so you turn just a little bit more and you get hatred and rage. Now you move from depression, which is helpless, right, a helpless feeling, to rage, which gives you a little more power, doesn't it? Yeah, you don't want to stay there, but it gives you a little more power. Then you might move to revenge. A little bit more. Yeah, you stay there for a little while. You might even enjoy it for a little while, but then you turn a little bit more to anger. Maybe discouragement. See, it's getting lesser, isn't it, that emotional charge. You might move into blame and worry, doubt, and then you get to disappointment. Disappointment's a lot different than revenge, isn't it? Maybe overwhelm, frustration, irritation, impatience. Then you might move into pessimism. You're still just turning a little bit. Then you go to boredom. Because I think you're really getting tired of all these emotions, aren't you? Let's go to boredom for a while, you know. This is very heavy. But then you start turning into contentment, hopefulness, optimism, enthusiasm, expectancy, belief, passion, joy, empowerment, freedom, love, appreciation. You are now going downstream. So each one of us can envision this and work towards that joy and that peace and that power that we really want. But to understand that it might be a journey. Because most people can't go from depression, boom, right down to joy. You know, it's a journey, yeah. And so to be patient with yourself. But this gradual experience of moving your emotions is what is the most important. And when you finally get into those positive emotions and you're moving downstream, you are moving toward everything you desire. Again, nothing you want is upstream. So So it goes from I want it, I don't get it, to I want it, I got it. Woo! In fact, you are flowing with the river of life, and things flow to you so much quicker. And when you're get really good at moving with the river of life, it's almost as if the moment you think about it, it comes to you. I was on an RV trip with some friends one time, and they had a French press coffee pot. And whoa, I'd never had one before. And the coffee was so rich, and I said to myself, I am going to get one of those. So I get home. The very day I get home, my neighbor comes over and says, do you want this French press coffee pot? It's brand new, but I think I need a bigger one. That's how fast it happens. And it will happen, and it's happened so many times. That's just a small example of what happens. And so, you know, as long as you know, once you get there, and as long as you can keep that flow, you are going to be amazed at what comes to you. In fact, there are going to be things come to you, and you say, oh, I didn't think I was thinking about that, but I really want that. You really were thinking about it, you just weren't aware. That's how fast it becomes once you're in that flow. So staying with your source energy means you are floating to your dreams, and you feel good. You feel good. And you are going forward. Don't go back to figure out why or what happened. Okay, it's upstream. It's gone. You know, and don't go into the blame or the feeling guilty. Let it go. It's gone. And your life is now. It's not back there. And sickness of mind and body will subside. It has to. It has to, because you are aligned with source energy, and there is only and always love and joy and peace and wholeness when you are aligned with source energy. And when that happens, and when you are in love, those things cannot appear. And that's one of our lessons that we're learning in life with the sicknesses that we are experiencing. And please don't feel like you're doing anything wrong. That's not true. Everything that comes into our life is a wonderful lesson for us. But when you take back your power, then you can change it. You can change it. Because, you know, you are always a radiant light of source energy. And when you radiate that out, boy, everybody's going to say, whoa, I want what she has. Or I want what he has. Look at that. From ask and it is given, Abraham says, well-being is the basis of this universe. Well-being is the basis of all that is. It flows to you and through you. You have only to allow it. Like the air you breathe, you have only to open, relax, and draw it into your being. So it is about you consciously allowing your natural connection to the stream of life, that stream of well-being. So the process is very simple. We ask, I want this. The moment that we say that, source energy becomes it immediately. But then we have to vibrationally match that for it to manifest. So that's why it is very important to know how you're feeling. And when you change that feeling, like we are doing, turning your canoe down, you become a vibrational match. It has to come to you. It is the law. Isn't that exciting? I love that. You know, we're deliberate creators when we are aware of it. And I love that. Abraham also says the contrast or variety never ends. So the sprouting forth of new desires will never end. And as the asking never ends, the answering never ceases to flow. And so new perspectives will always be yours. New contrasts, new inspiring desires and perspectives will be laid out eternally before you. Wow, that just lights a fire in me. Eternal and unlimited. He says the key to bringing something into your experience that you desire is to achieve vibrational harmony with what you desire. And the easiest way for you to achieve vibrational harmony with it is to imagine having it. Pretend that it is already in your experience. Just like Allison's affirmation this morning, so beautiful. She was affirming what she wants. That's what it takes. And it says, he continues, to pretend that is already in your experience, flow your thoughts toward the enjoyment of the experience. Enjoy it. Feel it, touch it, smell it, whatever you need to do to really experience it. And as you practice those thoughts and begin to consistently offer that vibration, you will then be in the place of allowing that into your experience. It's like you've prepared a place for it, and it feels safe coming to you. And he continues, now by paying attention to the way you feel, you can easily know if you're giving your attention to your desire or if you're giving it to the absence of your desire. I want it, but I don't have it. You know, that kind of thing. So when your thoughts are vibrational match to your desire, you feel good. Therefore, the gauge of your emotions. How are you feeling? Very important. But if you are giving your attention to the lack or absence of your desire, your emotions will range from the feelings of pessimism to worry to discouragement to anger to insecurity to depression. You're going the other way. Yeah, so what we get, what we think about, we get. So our thoughts are very important. Our emotions are very important. And what you must remember is you are the power behind all that. Nobody else can tell you how to feel. Nobody else can tell you. Not, but the basis is always well-being. The law of attraction says, that which is like unto itself is drawn. And the essence of whatever you give your attention to is unfolding in your experience. Therefore, there is nothing you cannot be, do, or have. That is the law. And it works whether we understand it or not. And so how wonderful and beautiful it must be when we understand it and know how to make it work in our lives immediately. It can happen immediately. That's what's so exciting to me. So continue to dream. Continue to look for relief by choosing a better feeling emotion. Continue to know that the universe is here for you, always, and it is preventing you from, nothing is preventing you from receiving what you desire except you. Except you and your thoughts. And the universe has given us unlimited possibilities. They're just waiting for us to become a vibrational match. We are that powerful. Breathe that in. Oh, I'm powerful. And know that that's who you truly are. So I would like to now invite you into a short meditation. So get very comfortable in your chair. Allow your chair to support your body. And breathe deeply. Breathe deeply into your lungs and into your belly. Fill them with the in-breath. And then completely empty them with the out-breath. So let's just do that a couple of times. And just feel how you relax. And you really begin to feel your body. And appreciate your body. So now bring your attention to your heart. And begin to breathe in and out of your heart. Your physical heart represents the spiritual heart. So when you are focusing on your physical heart, you're actually speaking to your spiritual heart. So in this peaceful place, think of someone or something that brings you feelings of joy, of love, appreciation, gratitude. And breathe those thoughts into your heart. You are now in a balanced state of relaxation and wisdom. In this beautiful place, think of the ways you can choose to create more flow in your life. What can you release? How can you change the way you look at certain things to bring them into harmony? Where can you get back your personal power if you have given it away? Think of the emotions that may be altered to bring relief and more ease into your life situations. So let's go into the silence for a few moments as you ask your heart to help you move your attention to positive emotions and the realization of your dreams. It's okay for you to feel good. It is okay for you to have what you desire. It is okay to express your genuine self to the world. You are safe and you are loved. So let's take another really deep breath and bring our attention back into this space. And feel how powerful you are. You are so powerful. And what can be better than that? Yes. So thank you very much for your attention this morning. I would like to invite you to the Raising Consciousness class. We are going to talk about how to commune with the divine matrix, which is source energy. So it's actually an extension of what we've been talking about today. And what's really interesting, and this is how synchronicity works in life, I prepared the class before I prepared this. I had no idea it was going to run in and just be so, synchronicity. What's the word? Synchronized. Anyway, it's going to be a fun class, and we're also going to do the tuning forks. So thank you so much.